Hi. So I made a fairy enchantment with these cards here. Visualize the spiritual mystery of the Elder Runes. And so um, we already talked about some correspondences, but I figured we ought to go through each rune. So Fehu refers to the Great Lady, like the Divine Feminine, gold. So, like the golden egg, the black sun, and the primal cosmic fire. So, um, yeah, like the black sun, the divine feminine, um, and yeah, the black sun. So, Muspel Shimer, Muspelheimer. And get back here. And so, anyway, um, Uruz is strength. So, this is fire blended with the waters of life. So, as the as the uh, as the fire comes up from Muspelheimer, it melts the ice of Niflheimer, and you know it's um, it's like that. And then so Thurisaz here represents the Jotun, which are the giants, symbolically like a thorn, and your willpower associated with Thor. So um, there's some the mythology talks about Thor being like in this garden, and we talked about how the Thor's hammer is like a symbol of the Axis Mundi and the Little Dipper. So then Ansus, it's like a rune associated with Odin, meaning your consciousness, as well as integration of the left and right brain hemispheres. So yeah, like both sides of your brain, like kind of like exit stage left. You want to go to the right side, or at least to balance. And then so Raidho is the vehicle, like the chariot, like the chariot and the chariot. So associated with the spiraling wheels, like the elliptic of the sun, and cosmic law. Then here Kenaz, the torch, associated with creativity and sexuality, technical knowledge, and yeah, I kind of, in some ways, it seems to associate, with creative sexuality. And then so Gebo here, like the X marks the spot, is the gift, the flowing vital forces. And this is like talking about the mead of poetry here at see the blue Gebo, X marks the spot, at the well of Urd, the well of origin. And so Wunjo is joy, the magic power to recognize hidden affinities. So, when you see correlations between things that are kind of esoteric, meaning likely are intended to be understood by like a select group of people with special knowledge. Hagalaz, it's like at the Bifrost Bridge, the reunion of cosmic ice and fire. So Niflheim and Muspelheim, and then the ice, the meeting of the two. So this is where like Heimdall and has the horn and the Bifrost Bridge. And so the Nathes is like a need and a resistance, or a need for resistance. Causality of the Nornir, so like the Norns, and so like there's more Norns than just the three Norms. it's kind of like doing seed magic is kind of associates you with the Norns. And then Isa for ice, like the Axis Mundi, the ice going, associated with the Frost Maidens, the stream flowing to Muspelheimer. Jera, summer and winter, the cosmic millstone. So it's like the wheel of the year. It was the center axis of the world tree. So this is like the axis mundi, going from, the North Star to the Black Sun. Extreme opposites, life and death. Perthro, the three Norns. Weird, the path of investigation. So this is like the Holy Grail, the Well of Urd, where the Aurora Borealis shoots out, and the Black Sun would be inside. And so Elhaz represents the link to your fetch. Also psychic, your psychic divine self is like your fetch. So Willow, the sun, the night sun or the black sun. Wheels, like the elliptic with, Pleiades and the sun, and like here the wheels. So the Little Dipper has this minor arcana, the arc, minor arc, and this major arc is the Big Dipper. And so Tiwaz represents, it's like pointing to the pole star, which is the guiding beacon, associated with law and order. So if you noticed in the previous video we talked about Rideho and Tiwaz. And so Berkano is like birth and the goddess. So this is, associated with Perthro. Eowaz, symbiosis of horse and man, like your hippocampus in your brain. That plays into a lot of mythology, this is Sleipnir, your hippocampus, and your blood is like the mercury of alchemy, and so manas. And so we were talking about how this is like a bind rune for the sacred mead, but it's like mind and memory in harmony. So Hugin and Munin, the two ravens of the two ravens, and so representing transformation. Like when you drink the sacred mead, you have this harmony of mind and memory, the symbiosis of horse and man. And so Laguz refers to the primeval waterfalls, vital power. So this is like the four rivers and the sacred mead that they're made out of. Like there's like ocean water around here, like this would be at the North Pole, and so this is like different water. It like separates out here, and then so Ingwaz, the sacred seed, the independent realm. So X marks the spot, and then so you can kind of see the sacred seed, the seed energy. The seed energy here. Yeah, sacred seed. Shout out to Elle's channel. She's got some good Norse mythology stuff. But yeah, the independent realm. So like, you could say it's all of Yggdrasil is within there. The light of consciousness. Oh yeah, this is uh, Dagaz. So it's the light of consciousness, the pathway between extremes, the toroidal vortex. So you see how this is like a runic torus field, you know? And so if you, like I was saying before, if you took this Isa and you put it right in the middle of it, because, you know, like they're paired up here from the black sun wheel. And so, and you know, slid it one way or the other, it'd be like the labors, which is the double-bladed axe, which is, you know, what the word labyrinth comes from. And so the labyrinth is like, you know, from Celtic mythology and North Norse mythology, from the Northmen. And it's like, you know, Greenland's here and Canada and Russia, and we're supposed to get to the center of the labyrinth, you know, follow your compass. Um, yeah, so here's the sacred mead, the mjod, X marks the spot with the rose compass. And so then finally here we have Othala, and this is the sacred enclosure, Midgard, the enclosed land, like a ring, like Saturn's ring, like the black sun. And yeah, so anyway, about this enchantment here. So we have uh, visualize spiritual mystery, and so hopefully we just did that. So for visualize, Brigid represents like the North Star. So in tarot, this would be the star card. And you see here on the back, Brigid, dreams is the dreams would be like the name of the card if you want to. These are, you know, separate. And so these are the associations. You see unicorn and star. Well, the unicorn is like the mythical creature that represents the star. And yeah, so with the star in tarot, it's like it's like a refreshing moment in the major arcana after you have like the big three with the wheel and stuff. Shout out to Kellyanne Maddox for talking about that in her tarot class on YouTube. But yeah, so it's like you get to the Holy Grail here, and you know you're just taking in the Aurora Borealis, the light that projects up to the North Star, and so it's real refreshing. Like this is the mystery, the eerie mist of the Aurora Borealis with the waters of life, the poetry of Mead, right below it, right below the North Star. And so here, this I use the word creativity since this is the second, or I use spiritual since the second card. And so, but this represents creativity. Like if you were going to use this as an oracle reading, and so here's the rune associated with it, and these are like more like they're called fairy runes, but they're kind of similar to the bardic runes. And so you see the associations: salamander, phoenix, candle, magic circle. And so this Ian Daniels in his book mentions this as the ace of wands. And while it does make a lot of sense to associate wands with fire, I kind of associate swords with fire, like the flaming sword, like Thor's hammer spinning around above the well of Urd. And so here on this third card, Fladeus, it's the mystery card, and so you see it's associated with peridot, like the green peridot crystal, like a paradox, and the honeysuckle, like like this is the secret place where the aurora borealis shoots out of, and the honeysuckle is like, because it's the land of milk and honey, and so it's like the cherry milkshake, and really, and yeah, so this would be in the tarot the Hermit, and so you see how she's really like kind of alone. I mean, she has the tree and the doe, and but she's like contemplating things, like she's looking in Pandora's box, like watching you, and so like she's acquiring wisdom, like uh, like of the aurora borealis and the North Star and the black sun, and yeah. So have a cool night.